What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It's the 6th of June today. Here we are with 6 hours, 43 minutes left in the day. We've found a momentary low. Let's see if we go lower. But right there, where we found support, is right there where we found resistance before, and in this area that we found resistance and even support before. It makes sense. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it makes sense that Toshi could have found its low. Absolutely. It could have found its low, and this could be it. I mean, look at the RSI on the daily time frame. You're in the appropriate areas to find support down here. That doesn't mean you will. You absolutely could go a little bit lower, but if that's not the low, you're very, very, very close to it, my friends. We're up 5% today. It's nice to see. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, you do have a higher high in the RSI, signaling that we probably will see some kind of a pullback here, and the pullback we're seeing right now. A lot of volume in at the lows, not a lot of volume coming up. I don't know if you guys can hear that airplane or not, but it'll probably go away. Let's see, low. Nope. That's not what I. 'Twas not what I meant for, what I intended to do. You know what? Let's just take this low. That low's being promiscuous. We're gonna go with this low to this high over here. All right. It's not even being promiscuous. It's being prudent. It's not letting me get to it. Low to high here. Low to high here, yeah, you look like you want to go lower. Typically, whenever you find resistance in this zone here, or support, I should say, you find resistance in this zone here, and then you go lower. 786 to 886 rejection, very common. Prior support here as resistance there. You know, resistance right here at prior areas of support and support right there. It just makes sense that you're probably rejecting down. You will go lower. I think you will go lower, but probably not too much lower. The next fib area, because you found support right there at the golden ratio, I would say, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but there's a solid chance you could find support in the form of like a double bottom, or if not, down to the 1886200. This is what I'm in favor of personally. At the most, I would think you go down to 304, but I think that holds. Okay, so from here, the biggest drop that you have to consider would be something on the lines like a 21% drop, which could happen. Minimum drop to consider would be something on the lines of like a 12% drop, which could happen as well. But I think something in between is more likely. Let's call it 420. Maybe that's where we're going to go. 3042, 3044, something in that area there. That's my expectation personally. A little bit lower, and it probably happens being that this is the 1 hour time frame. I'd expect it to happen over the next day to 2 days, maybe over the next 3 days by the end of the week here. Looking at the 4 hour RSI, it's definitely not in a good standing right here. Continuously getting oversold, near the oversold zone, oversold, and just rejecting that 60 all along the way here. I can't draw a straight line to save my life, man. 60, you're rejecting this zone all the way here. You even have higher highs here in your RSI relative to this, while having lower highs in the price still. Finding resistance, yes, you're absolutely going to go lower. I think you have that last little drop to go, and then you'll be there, okay? From a low to a high, looking at the daily time frame, low to a high here, you're just above the 0.5. I'm not expecting anything dramatic to happen, but something right just a little bit lower. It just makes sense, man. It makes sense, and that's still right here at prior areas of resistance. You can go a little bit below there. If you go below 00044, don't panic. It's fine, okay? Go down to 3037. I highly doubt that, but go do that. You're at your golden ratio. It's still a higher low. From here, that'd be a bit of a... I just don't see us dropping 30%, man. I don't see that happening. I see Bitcoin dropping about probably 8%, 5% from where it is now. And if that happens, if that happens, Toshi would likely probably drop like 12% or more. But that's kind of the expectation, right? At the minimum, we're expecting it to drop 12 or 13% or more. Right there at the 0.5, that's about a 13% drop. More, you could wick a little bit through the 0.5 and be fine. I don't think you go to the golden ratio, though. After that, after you move down, you will move up. Absolutely you will. You've substituted this bull flag, I think, for a deeper bull flag, perhaps. Maybe you're just in a bull flag here. You know, it does look pretty good if I'm being honest. And on the 3-day time frame, it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe we're just grasping for straws. Either way, though, high or low, finding support at key areas. You look good from a structural standpoint. Even if you go a little bit lower, you're fine. We might not have the bull flag. Maybe we broke out of it to the downside, but still, we can recover and see some dramatic upside here, man. Whenever it comes to that dramatic upside, from the current price, if we're looking at this, no. Let's go on MEXC. Has more historical data. There we are. I would anticipate at a minimum for Toshi, bare minimum for Toshi, what I would expect is that we see prices on the lines of like something of 2045, which would be about an 8 to 9x right here. If not there, something at 006. I'm actually thinking we go to 007 and find resistance right there, maybe 0069, and that'd be on the lines of like anything from like a 12x to a 14x, right? You could go all the way up to 1 cent, and that's about a 20x from here. Starting to doubt that that happens, but it's something that we should consider nonetheless. It's very, very possible. We'll see. When this thing moves, it can move fast, and I am expecting that this next move up will be more robust than the last. So I think that after we've had our fun, after we move down a little bit more, we find support, we'll probably move up to the 786, 886 area by the end of the month of June. Probably consolidate going into the end of the month or the beginning of the month of July, whatever. And then once we're in July, we'll make that final stretch higher, right? Something like that. And we'll be in this area. That's kind of my, or maybe even up a little bit higher than that sometime in July. That's the expectation. Probably drawn, I mean, screenshot that. I bet it looks exactly like that. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Beyond these highs, Toshi has a lot higher prospects after this, right? We're going to see dramatically higher prices by the end of the cycle. But just for now, this is what's to look forward to. Okay, that's all I got. Bye-bye.